Welcome, welcome. So I am excited today. Let me know if you guys can hear us. Hey, greetings. Welcome, Gerald. How you doing? Happy Thursday to you. Greetings, Queen. Happy Thursday to you. Thank you for passing through. Keith, thank you. Thank you guys for passing through the live. I appreciate. Greetings, Suki. Thank you for passing through the live. Greetings. Thank you guys for passing through the live. I appreciate. Thank you also to the YouTube community. We get there, building and building up. Greetings, greetings, welcome. Welcome, guys. Okay, let me share out this live. Let's share it. Let's share it out. Hey, greetings. Thank you for passing through the live, Chris. I appreciate everyone passing through and saying hi. Thank you, John, for passing through the live. I'm waiting for my guests to come in and chop it up. Okay. Greetings. Oh, good. Here we go. Invitation sent. Okay, good. There we go. There we go. Okay, good.
Hey.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
So I'm just now sending out.
Greetings. How are you?
Fabulous. Expand. How do I get this? There we go. Oh, that's how that's done. Oh, okay. So I'm just now sending out the invitation for YouTube because I'm also live on YouTube.
Look, girl, my iPad is still doing its thing.
Oh, look at that. Let me see that back there. Beautiful. Oh, that's the tree of life? Or a version of?
Yes, a version of.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Beautiful. That is stunning.
You like that?
Yes, that is stunning. Absolutely. Whoa.
Would you like me to send you a copy?
Yeah. Hello. You ain't got to ask me. You ain't got to ask me, baby. Just send that on.
I got you. I use this reel today. I use this on live.
Yes.
Today.
I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Very vibrant. So today we going in on remember, right? We remembering?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember. And we actually we can build from clarity.
Okay. Yeah.
Of this.
Yeah.
Like, we actually can because remember clarity, what comes after you remember?
Clarity.
It looks like clarity wants to keep us there.
We should stay. We should stay in clarity. We need it. We need it right now, and you can't go wrong with being clear on what is being said, what is being asked. You can't go wrong.
Let me share it out too. Let's see here.
Greetings, Sexy
Let's
K.
get
Thank
some
you for
people
passing through.
over here. Do we want to invite any of, well, let's see. I'll skip there.
We can
Okay.
definitely invite anyone that
Miss
would like to come
Jamie.
in. Yes. I think Miss
Yeah.
Janie might be live though.
Oh, she might be with if Farmer and them is on, she's probably on.
Yeah.
With them.
I think she is live already.
Okay. All right. Well,
I
shared it out. I sent it out to 13 people.
Okay,
So,
awesome. Greetings, Hollywood. How you doing?
Hi, everyone. So, do you want to begin prayer, or do you want me?
Yes, you go ahead. You could go ahead. I don't really. So I want to tell you, I don't pray for nothing. I thank God for everything. I don't ask for. I just thank God for every single thing. I don't pray for nobody, and I don't pray for nothing. I just stay in gratitude. I used to.
I was shocked when you said that the other day, asking the young lady to pray for her. That did shock me.
Yes, I no. Well, we wasn't gonna pray for her. We was just gonna be in agreement. So, but anyway, charge up the room, and then before we, because it's gonna get started. So let's charge up the room. Let's charge up the room.
Okay. Let's charge it up. Now, we want to recognize the higher power and allow the Holy Ghost to go ahead, or Holy Spirit,
yes,
to go ahead and move.
Yes.
Through. We want to acknowledge that we understand that there is a divine power,
a higher self, definitely.
Yes, the higher self that operates with clarity.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Clarity. I wrote some notes here. My intention for this evening is for those up under our voice, for what we say and speak about this evening, to reach all those who need to hear.
Yes. Yes.
That's the intention. And I'm affirming that so it is. And we release any type of judgments or doubts or fears that could try to creep in here. We release you.
Yes.
You don't belong here. And we're requesting. Yes. We're requesting to have an experience of joy and laughter.
Yes.
And clarity. Okay? In our authenticity. Yeah. And we surrender to the reverberation of all the goodness that we have to offer from these balanced scales this evening.
Yes.
Amen.
And it is so.
And it is so, and so it is.
And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Right. So I wanted to say, I like to clarify praying in my journey. I have gotten to where I know already it is always working for my good, but not separating that the source that's driving me is more than able to drive all of its creation. And one of the ways that I honor that is I don't need to ask on your behalf. I honor the knowing that you are provided for in the same capacity I am providing for. So in my unlearning, I relearned, I remembered that me and Source are one.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I remembered, and in my memory of it, I said, So what was I praying for? Well, sometimes you use whatever are the tools handy in your upbringing to get you to remembering whose you are and who you are.
Yes.
So that way
it's all needed.
All of it. Let me tell you, I love everything that it took to get here. Everything that it took to get to this point. I love it. And that's why when I say to people, I don't have to pray for you. I just thank God for you. I thank God for your wanting to be here. I thank God that you are divinely protected. I thank God that in the same capacity I am provided for, if you are aware of yourself, you are also provided for. And that's the only separation, I think, if we want to put in a separation, is that some of us, if you hear noise, that's my mom in the kitchen, and I'm close to the kitchen.
Oh, that's okay. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mama.
So, that's the only thing. When I say I don't pray, most folks is like, what? I said, because really there's nothing to ask for you. There's nothing. You have it all. It's according to your awareness, according to your faith. That's how you will remember, hey, even the things that I call a trial or a challenge or an issue or a frustration or whatever label you want to put on the situation, whatever, it is still working for your good because you will get through it. And that's been the biggest example for me in all of the holy books. Every single person got through this earth. Like, I mean, they got through. So no matter what was used, man, it got them back to, you're going to win in the end. This is like a fixed race. You're meant to win. You're meant to win. Yeah. So you might as well be in the winning joys of it already.
Absolutely. Yeah. Why would one think any different? But in knowing that, just in that sentence, why would one think any different? It's because they have not remembered.
That's right.
They don't have the clarity yet. The clarity has not developed. And this is what I was speaking about earlier too. When you think about clarity, this is another example that came to me. Before you and I went live here, I was sitting here thinking while I was eating my raviolis. My daughter made some homemade ravioli. So we had that vegan. Yeah.
Wow.
So good. Very tasty. But I was sitting here thinking, when you think about a science project, right?
Yeah.
Let's take it back to school. And it is a gradual heat up before the substance become clear.
Clear. Yeah. Yeah.
In that gradual heat up, there is habit. The habit of being consistent as a gradual heat up. It's gradually heating up. The consistency of gradually heating up. And then the clarity just shows up. Clarity is just the expression. It's there in truth.
Yeah.
And so when you're remembering, you're forming an habit. Whether that habit is good or bad is based on your intentions and your authenticity. So if you are not authentic and you're just, willy-nilly, you went in there and throw the substance, you don't know if it's the substance that'll even become clear. You don't don't know if the two substances you put together are going to combust.
Yeah.
You haven't even thought that part out. There was no research.
Yeah.
There was no purpose there. You were just doing something. You can't remember that way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. I feel like is what not remembering. That is the explanation of not remembering, not putting your member together. Not.
You're part of it, just like our fingers,
yes,
eyes. They're a part of this universe
yes.
that you are, and each part has a job.
Yes, yes, yes,
each
yes.
part has a job. Each one of our fingers means something.
Yes.
To do their job. And think about people who didn't have a finger cut off. They have to what they always have done with a missing member.
Yeah. And don't we have to do that though? We still have to.
Yes. Yes. Is he missing? Or is it just unseen?
That's
Is it working?
Practice that word. Reverberation. Reverberation. Yes. Yes. Is it there? Is it there? And I say all of this is because of the lack of awareness, right? I feel like we are not practicing to be aware of ourselves because we are being shown so many things at once. And the people that I speak to sometimes, they feel as though awareness is isolation, and sometimes it can look like that. But I feel when you go into the sandbox and you play with you go into the sandbox and you play with you have more of an awareness of self. Isolation can fine tune your awareness, but you have to come out and play with the members. Because then we get rigoration, right? Even in our joints and in our toes, if we don't move, right?
Yes.
If we don't go and jog or walk or move, we get rigor, right?
Right.
And so you can see that in life as well. We can see the translation of that in our lives when we don't want to come out and associate with members. We don't want to associate, right? I'm not taking away from the times where we have to be still and know. Greetings, Teebs, right? Where we have to be still and know, hey, this is a time for me to be silent and to get in tune with myself, right?
Absolutely.
But the majority of the time, we have to go out and play. And it's so funny. I'm talking about going out and play. And the producer of the affirmation parties right there talking about peace, peace. There go Teeb. Greetings, Teeb. Listen, we can't make this life up right here. We cannot. And here we are talking about playing and and that's what we do.
And remembering. That's what I said. Our live that we did the other day, this live today, there's nothing but good that can come out of this. When people remember the sand, even the sand in the sandbox is a member.
Yes. Yes.
Every little kernel and piece that's a part of the sand is a member.
Yes.
So when you're in the sandbox and you're utilizing the sand, it don't have to be nobody else around.
That's right.
You got members right there in the sand.
Gratitude for the gifts, Team. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, thank you for the gifts. Yes.
Gratitude, Team.
There's members right there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Team. Oh gosh. Yes.
Right? We see it.
There's members in the sand.
We see it in every facet of life, in every facet. And you said something in the beginning of your lives. You said there is no one better than the other. That is so important to know. That's so important to understand, because that's a great place to stand up. There's no one better than the other. We're all going to play together. I might understand one perspective. You understand one perspective. Teeb understand another perspective, right?
Yeah, because he be getting them affirmations popping. Okay? I be over here. My husband, he said, he looked over at me in the bed the other day. He said, you was doing... And he said, I thought something was wrong with you. And then when you stood up, you started dancing. I didn't know what was going on. So I took my earpiece out, and then he went and followed Tab. And he's like, yeah, he got it going on, because my husband DJs too. So he's like, I like this guy.
Yeah, okay. Listen, it's the best way for me to start up my day. I get in, I'm lit. I'm lit all day. And look, it lasts me for look at us right now. It lasts me all day. It's the juice that I need. But that's why I go in, right? Oh, he said he appreciate you and your husband.
We appreciate you. I'm telling you, you don't know what you did for me through Kimsu.
Oh,
you see, look, we cannot make this any clearer. The cards that we pulled, the card when we went live was clarity.
Yes.
Today, I pulled cards based on the frequency of the day, which is number 9. It was clarity. And then my husband pulled authenticity.
Oh my goodness.
You can't make this thing up. You know, so when you think about remembering, like we're literally this world in the year number 8, the year of the 8, infinity.
Yeah,
we are in the process of people remembering that you can have anything you think, say, and do.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Anything you think, say, and do becomes the expression. That is the manifestation.
Yeah.
It will show up. Believe on that.
Oh man.
Believe on that.
And stand up on that.
Stand up on it.
Yes.
Stay focused on that.
Yes.
It's gonna come to pass. Can't nobody get in the way because you focus on a thing. You focus on remembering.
Yes. And remembering is why we do the affirmations, you know. That keeps us in the remembering of it. So not only do we get a chance to remember physically, but we also get a chance to remember spiritually and mentally. We get to remember who we are, whose we are, what we're standing on. That's why we affirm ourselves. That's why we're in here affirming. We stay in that remembering. I love it. I love it. It is a powerful place to stand up. I'll tell you. It is the most power.
You said something powerful too. When you mentioned you was talking about what I had said earlier, I was gonna jump in and say there's no way to not feel that there's an equal here. We're no different. We could both be boats in the water, right? This is where the difference come up. Two people can be boats in the water.
Yes.
One person is going to see themselves as a big boat. Both parties can see themselves as a big boat.
Yes.
One person can see themselves as a little boat and, that boat is big.
Yes.
You see, that's when you get over into the separation.
Yes.
Okay? But when you have compassion for self, hey, we both boats.
That's right.
You got compassion for yourself.
That's right.
There's no way I cannot have compassion for you.
That's right.
Because compassion is for self first before it can evolve over to someone else. You got to be able to show it to yourself. So if I'm sitting out there thinking that every other boat is bigger than mine, that's not showing myself compassion. If I'm trying to get, down over across the bridge and I feel like, my boat little, you better crank it up.
That's right.
You better crank that boat up.
That's right.
Turn that sail, whatever you got to do to get on down there with the rest of the big boats.
Oh, yeah.
So you can be sitting there in your little boat like, I'm a big boat too. We both here.
This is it. This is it. Again, the perspective of us. If we don't see it, and this is why we come in live, it's so that way folks can see, listen, it doesn't have to be the grasshopper, the smallness of it. It can certainly be the sameness of it. Boat and boat. It doesn't have to be big or small boat.
Yes.
Just boat.
Yes.
Can we
boat.
Just that.
Just saying. It's just saying.
That's it. That's all.
It all has parts. As long as every part in that boat is doing what it's supposed to do, it's going to get to the same place as the big boat. As long as every part of the sand is sitting in that sandbox, it's going to make the same castle.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Function is the same.
Exactly. It's all a member, just like our body parts. They all have a job.
Yes.
Only thing we have to do is just be. But when people get so far over into trying to make something, a thing, that's when you're stepping out of your authenticity. How you gonna make something a thing that you spent no time with, know nothing about? Exactly. How is that possible?
Well, sometimes we don't assume, oh shoot, I'm on live. Oh, good God.
I done lost you on your own live.
Wait, am I here? Am I back?
You back. Yes, you back.
I apologize. I forgot to hit the
I
apologize.
I lost you on your own live.
I apologize. I wanted to say that is what keeps us stagnant, right? When we make these assumptions about ourselves, that's what stagnates us from even being aware of who we are. Most of the times, you see, just for myself, let me speak about myself. Most of the times, if I don't do something that I feel I should do, it's because I am not aware that I can do it. I get over there in the future where I'm already talking about what it's going to look like. How would the end result manifest itself, right? So if the only reason I didn't put out is because I'm already in the future of a thing, already telling myself all sorts of, it might do this, it might do that, this might happen, a whole bunch of maybes and mights. That means I didn't even check in with myself to see, hey, do we want to do it? Are we going to love? Are we in a happy place to produce? No check-ins. And that's just me over here. That's just me over here. Okay. Even with the coming lives, I've been heard get up every day and go live. I've been heard that. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? This is me again. I said, I'm going to start making videos. That's what I said. I said, I'm going to do some videos.
Here we go again. My name is Alonda and I'm a member.
And every day I'm jamming with Teva. He's saying every day, I'm gonna come in y'all lives. I'm like, I have to go live. And it wasn't until that day he was like, Kim, so come on. I was like, wow, like that. Because
I'm glad that I said that to you. We just did it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Such a blessing, but also too, to get me out of my way, get out of my way, to just move yourself out of the way. You understand? Because even for me, I needed to remember myself.
Yes.
I just needed to remember myself. That's it.
We all do. We all do. You have not said anything that I have not felt. That's why I say it's miraculous to me how one could say, oh yeah, they not, that's a different level. Okay, it may be a different level, but we still the same.
Yeah.
You had to start just like we started, everybody had to start. And in building that habit to get to the expression that you are now, the expression that people see, in order to get to that expression, there had to be some time in the sand.
Absolutely.
There had to be some time remembering.
Yes.
There had to be some time reassuring yourself, knowing and owning and feeling that I can operate this way. Mm-hmm. We had to remember from how society has allowed us to be boxed in and geared towards in a particular belief that this is what your days are supposed to be. You know, this is how you are as a productive citizen. You get up, you go to work, you do that, you know, this. How do you remember from that?
That's right.
You have to wipe the slate clean.
That's right. Ooh, that's good. You
gotta wipe the slate clean.
That's good.
You gotta wipe it clean. It's just like a person who's had a stroke. When a person has had a stroke, that person is easier to relearn something than someone who is left over in confessions.
Yeah, come on.
See?
Come on with it.
Those confessions are was telling them, you can't do that. Well, who you think you with? Your mama went to work every day. Mama and daddy did this, that. You can't do that. You better go to school and get you a job.
Oh, yeah.
You better get up and work that 9 to 5. Who you think you are that you think you could go out and make this, that, and the other day by day? Who do you think you are?
I think
a divine spirit. That's who I am.
A divine manifester.
Okay.
Because everybody isn't supposed to go to work. Some of us are just here to support. Okay. Everybody. It took years. I was just going to do a video on how sick
Every member has its job.
Every member has its job. It took years. Can I tell you? I got so sick when I chose to not work on weekends. I got so sick because I had attached myself to the revenue of the 7-day income. And I was so attached to that 7-day income that I never saw what it was costing my body, what it was costing my life. I never paid attention to it. It took for a friend of mine to move to the United States and say to me, he will never work on the weekends. And I said, how is that possible? How are you never going to work on the weekends? And he said, because I'm not attached to the revenue. I'm attached to raising my children. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I was so panicked about it. I had to sit with myself and think, what is this attachment to this 7-day income? And can I tell you, it was just the fear of what will my clients do? I didn't even know. I wasn't even thinking about myself. I was just thinking, what will my clients do if I'm not there 7 days a week? Well, I think they're going to be all right. I think they're going to be alive. I think they're going to be happy and they will be well. I think they'll be just fine, just like they are today. Now I have a 5-day work week. I'm happy, healthy, and wealthy. Go figure. I just had to remember myself. Take some time to remember me. Go ahead. Wait, you're on mute.
I'm doing you. Look, go right into talking, and you're like, I can't hear you, Kim Sue. I can't. But you just said a word, because just how, okay, so you have already been fully and totally in these entrepreneurial streets. I have been 1 foot over here, 1 foot in nursing. Look, like a whole crackhead, it keeps calling me and calling me. had to say to myself, when are you going to know that it's not nursing that makes you the money that you used to?
Ooh, okay.
It's you that makes the money that you used to. So why are you allowing other people to use you?
That's good. That's good.
I had to realize that, like, y'all need me. You need my license. I studied these things. I made these tea blends. I did the research to know what to put what together. I did this to help patients, or let's say it this way, to help their members.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Now it's time for me to have my members.
Yes.
I have to let you go. Do you know there was a realization with a severance packet that was given to me? And in that severance packet, they stated where if they ever needed me in the future, if something should come about with a member that I had any dealings with, that I am to work for them compensation free.
Wow. Wow.
Slavery is still very much alive in the workforce, and those who do not see it or even remotely understand that you're working as a slave, yeah, you got a journey ahead of you, because that's a whole realization that can knock you off your feet. It could take you out your mind. Like, you're like, I've given how many years to this?
Yes.
And did not realize that I was your slave?
Well, that's
to a check, when I know that this vessel can go out and make more than what you paying me on a consistent basis. I, the human creature begins to think, I cannot make this on my own.
yes. Yes.
When all you have to do is be consistent for your what? For your what?
For your own clarity.
For clarity.
Yeah.
Inside of your what? Your authenticity.
Yeah.
Through these two things, you remember.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I'm telling you, my brain was like, what? What have you been doing? Like, what was you thinking? Are you crazy?
Well, would you say that it took for them to make the offer for you to check yourself?
No, because my mind had already checked out.
Okay.
My mind had already left the job in that capacity. But my body was still doing what was in habit for them.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
My body was still waking up, doing I got to go to work, get my hair together, So my body was still in habit, but my mind had already left. Because literally I punch in and I'm sitting in front of there and I'm like this screen looking at me. I'm looking at the screen. It's staring at me. I'm staring at it. I'm on TikTok in my other hand. I'm on my website.
Right.
I'm on, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
All of this. And I'm like, it's been 8 hours. I ain't did nothing for them.
Yeah. It was time to go.
My brain had checked out already. It was a wrap. And it's been a wrap for a while. So I'm at the, I tell myself that I'm at the beginning. And I know, Kim Sue, you can relate to this because a lot of things we think on that same plane. I tell myself I'm at the beginning. However, others see us completely different.
Yeah.
And that's amazing to me. In my authenticity, like, wow, like how do you know? I was at a place where how did they see that? Can they let me know how they saw it?
Well, I feel like they see the us that we haven't met yet, which is good. The innate us, the innate essence of us shows up. I remember learning that your essence shows up in the space before you show up. So whatever essence you are, whatever aura you are, it's already in the space. It's there before you get there. So when you show up, it's almost like they're just meeting the physicality, but the spirit of you, the essence of you had already gone to that place. It's sort of how we say, Holy Spirit, go before us. And then you can count on, hey, the Holy Spirit went, cleared up the space. Those who not supposed to be there, not going to be there. Those who are supposed to be, they're going to be in the building. We're going to have a good time. It's the same way. So people they see the essence of us. When we get there, they're like, oh my gosh. And you're on this whole big celebrity stance. And you're like, well, what's going on here? What's going on?
Yeah, like, what is this? Oh, that's what. Oh, I'm on.
Yeah.
I'm on.
What's going on here? What?
It's my turn.
Who told y'all I was coming? Like, how did they know I was coming? You know?
Hey, and then that's when the ancestors are standing there like, we've been waiting.
The truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. Yes.
It looks like Kara's here. Hi, friends. Hey, Kara. She said, how y'all doing? It's about to get. Oh, she about to get in the bubble bath.
Okay, nice. Ooh, that sounds good.
Oh, that goes. Let's get into it. It's here. Hey.
Greetings, get into it. Greeting, goddess.
That's my baby.
Greetings. Thank you for joining the live. We're talking about remembering, not only remembering in our minds, but remembering our physical selves. Remembering, you know. I love it because it takes whatever it takes for us to remember ourselves. I remember when I just wanted to just travel the world because I felt like being in New York was starting to get claustrophobic. But it was just me. It was just me because each time I went away, I would have a Kim Sue going on for being away. A whole other lively, bubbly Kim Sue. And then I would come back and then I would be a different Kim Sue in New York. And when I realized that I was doing that, when I said to my girlfriend, I said, well, why can't you just be happy in Georgia the same way you are when you go on vacation? And then I was like, wait a minute, what? I said, wait, I think that's for me. I think I'm saying that for me because I am the one you're mirroring me. I am the one who is separating the Kim Sues and not bringing one authentic Kim Sue to the plate. One whole authentic Kim Sue. I am the one that's splitting her up. I'm the one who has a travel Kim Sue and then a New York Kim Sue. And it wasn't going to work because something would have to suffer.
Yeah, absolutely.
You understand? So I had to literally remember my travel self to my New York self and make one wholesome Kim Sue. Then I had a nice, I want to say a nice well-rounded experience. Now I have a nice well-rounded experience. Now happiness is here, there, and everywhere. But it takes for remembering. You know what I'm saying?
You just said something there because wow. You know,
Ma, you screaming loud.
I was so unhappy in Detroit, Michigan. The weather, I hate it. I did not, I don't like snow. The weather.
Greetings, Eternal. Greetings, Eternal Ether. Nima is in the building, y'all. Thank you for coming through, Nima.
Hi. So I had to get away. I could not remember there. I kept feeling like this is not where I'm supposed to be. So I had to leave. And I want to say that leaving was part of the remembering process. It was a process. And within that process, it wiped the slate clean. So I thought, let me say that.
Yeah.
Because remember how we were talking about the attachments? And this is in my complete authenticity, okay?
Yes.
There was an attachment to what my mother had and was building. See, I lost my mother on my birthday in 2016. And 4 months after that, I lost my father.
Wow.
And then a month after that, I lost my stepmother. And then 3 months after that, my husband coded on me twice.
Wow.
The only thing that I can tell you that got me through those times was God. And the attachment to Detroit, Michigan, was the attachment to my mother, to the things that she had that, we tend to hold on. They become wounds in the way. Remember I mentioned that Rochelle Farrell song, Wounds in the Way.
Yes.
They become wounds in the way. They don't even belong to us. I had to learn how to detach from that. But now let me tell you, remember we said the reverberation, right?
Yes.
That's running low underneath. Now let's take it up to when we were just talking about, the spiritual community that we were talking about that I was involved in.
Yeah.
Thinking, I see this person as the big boat. Okay?
Yes.
And I was introduced to this person by my mother. Here go that attachment.
I'm telling you.
Showing up again.
Yes. Yes.
Here go the attachment showing up again.
Yes.
When I thought, I'm done with that. I'm done with that.
Wow.
But then the universe always shows up and tells you,
where
just
you are.
like the filaments that, this is built upon, it shows you another level.
Yes.
Where you have to go and remember again.
Wow, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. And seeing where you are, being able to see where you are. That present mirror that shows up for you. That's really good. That's really good. Because how would you have made the correlation if you didn't remember?
Exactly. Every part. That's why I say every intricate part, like we were made so divinely created. Every intricate part of us has a job.
Yes.
And inside of every intricate part of us, there's other many jobs. Just like the sand, in the sandbox.
Yes.
When you think of your heart, inside of your heart, there's valves, there's chambers, there's blood flowing through, there's electrical activity, connection happening. When you think about your liver, when you think about your kidney, when you think, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Every part of this universe, every part, every organ in there has little troops that has a job. They all have one job. And when one of them isn't doing their job, a problem shows up.
Yes, so that way we can pay attention. And I was saying to one of my participants, this year I'm working with a lot of elementary school to freshmen in college. Last year I worked with mostly men, because each year, you know, it'll change. And I was saying attention is the thing that we pay the most for. And we can tell that attention is expensive, because during the Super Bowl and during any basketball game, they invest thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars for just 5 seconds of commercials for your attention.
Yes, ma'am.
That's how invaluable paying attention is. We can even see how much money people invest to run an ad during your live or during your videos. On all the platforms, there's a lot invested in your attention. We're even asking people to come to our live and pay attention over here. You understand? So it is invaluable, this attention that we have, that we expel so much outwardly, that we pay so much attention outside of us, when really the real investment is to have the attention on us. It's just we weren't taught to pay attention to ourselves. I don't know if growing up you heard pay attention to X, Y, and Z. Pay attention to da. Pay attention to, you know, all these things. But I don't know if I ever heard pay attention to yourself. I can't even recall if I ever heard pay attention to myself.
Yeah. I feel that.
Right? And this is why you see some of our collective struggling so much to put into practice the remembering of, hey, I am created by a source that is all powerful, all seeing, all being, all knowing, all of it. You see a struggle there for us. You see, because most of our learnings has been to pay attention to your family members, pay attention to your job, pay attention to your education, pay attention to your spouse, pay attention to your children, pay attention to everything except yourself. There's so much investment growing up outside of ourselves that by the time we get to ourselves, most people say, well, dang, look how old I've gotten. So even then, the attention goes on the age. Even then, the attention is still not on, I have so much life left for living. And now I can pay attention to myself. Now I can spend some time remembering me, remembering what I love, remembering who I wanted to be. You know how many people join my programs and their heart's desires is in a box under the bed or buried so
you know, that's like what we were saying, you know, when I was talking about the whole, you know, nursing thing. So okay, you go out and you get, you know, this license, you know, you go to school, you get this license, you get this job, and you're working, but was that your true desire? Or did you go out and do this based off of a different intention? I know I did.
Yes.
I know I did.
Yes.
I went out and became a nurse with the intention of all of these. Okay, my mother is getting sick. I need to understand what's going on with her. I have children that I have to, take care of, and I need to make sure that I can make a living. But I gotta have something to fall back on. I gotta. All of these things, all of these reasons, is what shaped and moved me towards that type of degree.
Yes.
Towards getting that license. That didn't have anything to do with me.
Wow.
It had everything to do with everything else around. Everything external molded that thing that I did.
And it takes you so far away from the desires of your heart. We just don't know that's what's happening to us, that our heart's desires have been forgotten. I spend a lot of time in the imagination world with people, because the reason we forget our heart's desires is because we're not imagining, these big, you see my snuffleupagus right here?
You looking like that cat lady video I did.
This is my snuffy, is to remind me to remember that I am an imaginative being. I'm a manifester. I am a manifesting being. That's why I sleep with my stuffy. I travel with my stuffy, because I don't ever want to forget my heart's desires ever again. Ever again. And so I keep my stuffy around me. This is my remembrance right here. That's why when you said we're doing remember today, I was like, Stuffy, we going to remember.
Well, hey, Snuffy. Hey, boo-boo.
Okay. Now I know it might seem a little crazy, but this childlike nature is mandatory.
Oh, wait a minute, it's not. You want me getting
Yes.
Because he right here.
Yes, but come on.
Hold on. Let me go.
Greetings, Sonia. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you beautiful ladies doing?
Oh, we are absolutely phenomenal today. We are speaking about remembering in our mind and remembering ourselves. We are remembering today. Have you remembered yourself? Have you remembered your heart's desire, Sonia?
I mean, I don't always remember myself. I mean, I always do something for myself, definitely. I definitely try to do something for myself. Oh, look at this. 1 second, please.
Okay, no problem. Okay, great. And
hello.
How you doing there? Oh my goodness, how cute and soft and plush. Listen, man, you need this. We need this. This is very, very important to who we are. Thank you. Get into it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Louis, for the gifts. We appreciate all of the gifters as we remember ourselves. And it's a pleasure to be remembered with you all tonight. Really, really, it is.
Yes.
It really is.
It is. Because this is our true, authentic, like, y'all getting the nitty-gritty.
And it's an honor. It is an honor. It really is.
Hey, when you think about clarity, like, we could not be any clearer. We could not resonate any louder. And just like our opening prayer, for this to reach those who need to hear.
Yes.
All the rest don't matter. Just like you say, you take Snuffy when you go travel. You're not worried about what other folk is saying. She a grown woman. She got to. You see what I'm saying? Because people began to be so critical when they want to talk about something that they don't have the balls to do. You left your Snuffy. Look, your Snuffy on the bed at home, but you left him at home because you don't want nobody to see you with it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And if you think I'm going to leave mine home because you embarrassed of yours, it ain't going down.
That's it.
It ain't going down.
That's it, and that's all.
Wait.
I'll be 100 with a Snuffy, okay?
Oh, yes. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know what tools folks use to remember themselves, but my Snuffy allows me to remember this childlike state is winning for us. This childlike state is keeping us in the world of manifestation. And this childlike state is keeping us in a world of remembering whose we are and how whose we are.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And keeping me in remembrance of, it's always working good for us, right? It's always working good for us, no matter what it looks like. And I know sometimes it could just look like dark clouds, like for real.
Before
the clarity comes through, right? That painting is amazing, right, Sonia? Yes.
I love it. Look, and you're sitting right underneath it, looking amazing. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you. You're welcome.
Sonia, do you have a Stuffy that you use on your bed or you keep around?
No, I got my man. Well, I got my husband. There's no more space in the bed for that. Look, that's why I had to go. That's why I had to go to the end of the bed to get mine, Sonia, because let me tell you about this husband, okay? Yesterday, y'all. Okay, listen at this. What do you do? We went to Costco, right? They had a pillow, and you know how perimenopause can start. Well, I don't know how old everyone. Perimenopause, anyway. I'm turning 50 next week. Okay. They had this pillow, and it's a cooling pillow, right? So I bring the pillow home, and he climbing up and got his knee climbing up, trying to get up on the pillow. I say, "What you doing?" He say, I'm trying to see what this pillow like. And I say, "This the menopause pillow." And he say, "A menopause pillow? This ain't no menopause." I say, "Yes, it is." And he gonna try and prove me wrong. So he go and he read up on it, and there it goes. It says bamboo. And I say, "Do you know what bamboo does?" He was like, "Well, yeah, it's cool. Every time we go over to the lake and we walk through the bamboo, it's cool." I said, "Absolutely. Yes. That's why it works for menopause." So this morning, he wake up, he told me, "I was on that menopause pillow, and now my neck hurt, and I was sweating on that. That pillow don't work for me." I said, "Because you ain't got my hormones."
Let it be known. Let it be known.
Exactly.
That part right there. That part.
It ain't supposed to work for you. That's why it's called the menopause pillow.
And if you ain't got it, you ain't got it.
He's standing at the door. He's standing at the door, not staring at me. Like, yep, I told the whole story.
Mr. Hicks, it's okay. We understand, Mr. Hicks. We know what was going on. We know.
Kim say, "It's okay, Mr. Hicks. It's not for you."
And that's how it goes. That's exactly how it goes. Because the stuffy is not for everybody. Okay.
I do have one that I actually put away a long time ago. It's actually somewhere.
You put your stuffy away?
Yeah, because I just didn't know where to put them.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Oh, Sonia does. Sonia puts her stuffy away.
Yes.
Yeah. He's there though. He's perfectly taken care of. But he's a lion.
Oh, I like the I think I had Winnie the Pooh, and then that went through, and then I bought a tiger, and that went through, and then I got this elephant. I am constantly going through stuffed animals because I told y'all, once I discovered myself and remembered whose I am and who I am, I said I don't ever want to forget. These stuffed animals keep me in remembrance. They really do. Because the more I work with people, and my only job is to point folks back to themselves. That's the only job. I only have that job. I don't have any other job that I do daily. I just point folks back to themselves. So that means I'm not guiding you anywhere, taking you anywhere. I'm just showing you the value of you. That's it. That's all I do.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all I do. I don't do anything more than that because I feel I don't want to impose on your journey by adding language to, you know, what you already got going on. Greetings, Miss Jenny. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for coming through.
Hey, Miss Janie.
Right? Hey, Eternal. Oh, Nema, you dropped off? I didn't even see Nema dropped off. Right? So I've been.
Oh yeah, Nema gone.
Yeah, I just saw that.
I think she's still here.
Is she still here? Miss Janie, you want to come live? Let me know. Let me know.
Oh, Nema's still down there too.
Nema's still there?
She just said, I'm here. And Miss Janie said, hey.
Oh, there's. Okay, I see Nema. Okay, Miss Janie, got you. Check. What about you, Nema? Let us know if you guys want to come up.
For being here.
Yes, we definitely appreciate everyone coming through and rocking with us on this live as we remember. And I was speaking about being in the sandbox, and you see how the sandbox got all the members in it now?
I told you, hey, we can't make this thing up because a thing is a thing. So even the sand is a member.
Yes.
And even the sand has to remember sometimes. The sand.
Yes.
Why you think it's different sand on different beaches?
That's good.
You got black sand, white sand. You know, you got all these different colors of sand.
Ooh, yes.
That contain different minerals and vitamins. Where could that come from?
Kara, exactly. I was just about to say the pink sand beaches. Yes. Absolutely. Kara, let me know if you want to come up too. Nema, do you have a stuffy that you keep around you to remember you of your childlike states?
No, but I do a lot of, I'm like a big child every day. So for example, when I go do my walks, you know those poles that go down the stairs in public? I'm always sliding down them. Everybody looks at me crazy, but I don't care. I feel so good. And when I get in the water, I'm like a whole child. Like, people are like, oh my God, you're a completely different person in the water, because I feel so free, and I'm just being like a kid, and I'm acting like a dolphin. Like, I'm not making noises, but I'm just like I've always did that when I was a child, right? Like, I was always in the water, and so when I go back to the water, I instantly feel like a child. Like, even when I'm in the bath, I have to take a lot of baths. So I do like the bathing, you know, I have those things that just keep me in that state. But I don't have an animal, but that's never been my thing. But my son,
Miss Janie say water is life.
I know it to be true. Mm-hmm. Greetings, Chris. How you doing? Thank you for coming through the live, Chris. That's Chris from Chris and Teeves. He's the other producer for the affirmation party. Chris does the affirmation parties at night.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
There's a midnight party too. That, like, there's no way you're not gonna be affirmed and feeling good in yourself on TikTok. If you guys want to affirm yourselves and feel good, there's a midnight party and there's a morning party. There's some jamming that goes on TikTok, people. Nema, sorry
Well,
to cut
shut
you
up.
off. Go ahead. Go ahead. I know you were
So,
talking.
is he the one that you invited me the other morning?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yes. He's that was super hype. I was getting hype while I was waking up.
Yes, but I didn't know they had a midnight party because, honey, I'm there.
There's a midnight party too.
You ain't gotta tell me twice.
I'll send you that one as well. Thank you to everyone that's coming through and gifting us. I just want to take a moment and say we love and we appreciate you. And we already charged the room for. Yes, Miss Janie, I'm gonna definitely make sure you get in the party too.
I'll be sleeping at that time.
That's okay. You could catch it in the morning. It's live in the morning, baby. Live in the morning. Okay. Right. And great. Thank you guys for all of the likes, all of the gifts, and for just coming through and rocking with us. If you feel to join in, we are not shy people. We gonna keep it rocking. And today we are remembering ourselves through clarity and authenticity. That's what we're doing today. Okay. And having a good time at it.
Yes. Look, in our authenticity. In our authenticity. Because so many people, they fear that. They fear it. And you must know that comes from external sources. Yeah. Yeah. That's external. When we're supposed to be living from the internal. Yes. Greetings, Brown Babe. Remembering yourself. That is remembering. And we are here to support the community remembering themselves. Mm-hmm. Right, Lady Empress? We are here for it. Yes, we are. Sonia, do you have an instance where you have had to remember yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I always go hiking and taking long walks. That's my thing. And that's when I remember myself. I do it by myself sometimes. And I go to long walks on the beach. I do those things for myself. And I love it. It does a lot for my internal. It does a lot for me. Yeah, I love it.
Can you tell me, like, more specifically what is some of the feelings that you have when you take those long walks on the beach? Like, do you come back with clarity of something? Is it something that you take with you to the beach? And do you feel be authentic at the beach?
Yes.
In a way that you cannot be somewhere else.
Yeah, because I deal with all of my internal feelings by myself, and that I might not share with everybody else, and I could let it all go there. You know, I kind of let go of all my emotions, my whatever I'm feeling, and it feels amazing to feel like I'm letting it go to nature. You know? And yeah, I don't feel like I could do that with just anybody, but I could do it by myself, and I feel it does take a weight off my shoulders.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you say I don't feel like I can do that with anybody, I'm talking about you. So even when you're not at the beach, why do you feel you can't do it if you're not at the beach? Like, have you ever thought about that?
I mean, I feel like I can do it at the beach by myself. Like I can let go of everything there. I can talk to myself there. I could, cry, do all that stuff I want to do without being judged, without,
and someone in the comments,
anybody putting their input in.
Yes, without anybody having to say a word about your own cleansing moment.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
see, y'all know
place.
I'm about to go deep because you always do. I was much deeper than that. Sorry, y'all.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
So when you say, I feel like I can do that at the beach, and someone in the comments, Brown Baby says, she said, I get that. It's her safe place. Okay. Because where we have to be careful now, and this is a warning. Look, Kim Sue know where I'm going, so I'm going to give y'all a disclaimer because y'all know when I go deep. Okay. What about the attachment?
Yeah. Oof.
What if you cannot get to the beach?
Oof.
I actually find ways here. I find close areas that are close to home. I live on Long Island in New York, so I'm on an island, so there's always a place to go.
That's the truth.
Yeah, I have small parks that are by me. There's always somewhere. I've taken Brown Babe there all the time to see sunsets, and I'm very connected with the water, so I always have to go there.
Your Yemiya's daughter.
Can we go to another level?
I'm a Pisces, so
can we go another level deeper?
I know you are.
So, do you believe that you can be? Because when I hear you say, "Yeah, I have other areas," so there's an attachment to being somewhere else.
Yeah.
To get the clarity.
Ooh.
Yes. Can you be somewhere else in the moment of being somewhere you may not want to be?
I mean, when I'm home, I do feel trapped. Like, I feel like I need to be out. So, if I'm not outside, I feel like I don't know. I can't be free. I don't know. It's I need to be outdoors. I need it.
Thank you,
so
Juju.
I feel like
Thank you, Juju.
Like I need the same way. I feel like I can't live without being close to water. And I see where you're going with the attachment thing. So yeah, I've had to learn to do other things when I can't get to the open ocean, because the open ocean is different from going to I think I said that the other day when I went for the hike, that it has to be like, fresh water.
Yes.
But yeah, I've had to do other things like dance and also not be around people that you can't feel comfortable in sharing space with.
Exactly.
Because I had someone say to me the other day, like, "Oh, you've matured," and this is not a spiritual person. I was like, "No, I just realized what I can't say around you."
Wow! Come through with the authenticity. Come on, come on, Nema. Come on. Yeah. Come on, Nema, with the authenticity. Come on.
So yeah, I was like, I just had it. I didn't say it at the time because I was just like, oh, like, I was seeing. It's interesting to see how people see you, right? And so I know when I need to be quiet. So I was like, okay, you just need to be quiet right now and observe what they're trying to say, because I don't think they were necessarily projecting, but it was just how they see me, right? And it's not like they fully understand me or know me, because when people work 24/7 and they don't take the time to be with themselves, how could they take the time to get to know who I am or perceiving me without their own attachments to their own internalized, things that are going on within them. And so I think that's a whole part of self-love too, is like, okay, in order for me to feel, because this person has been on walks with me where I go down the rail, and I think they were kind of uncomfortable, like seeing me be my authentic self, like being a kid. Like here I'm being serious, and like I don't work out because I want to be fit. I work out because it gives me mental clarity, which then makes my body feel good, to not be stiff. But I don't say like, oh, I have to go to the gym and I'm trying to, be in some fitness competition. It's like, I know it's a part of being good. And so when I notice someone is so uncomfortable with me being myself, it's just, I don't spend time with them. I start to slowly move away. Because I want to be able to be me at like any given moment, right? I know there's like a time and place for everything. Like I tell my kids, you can't, throw the football in the house and everything. But and that's hard. It's so hard to always be your authentic self. Because when I see my youngest son not dancing as much as he used to, I mentioned to him today, and I was just like, come on, let's dance with me. Like, you haven't danced in a long time. And he's always been dancing, but...
Can I ask you your sign?
My sign? I'm a Taurus.
I figured that out.
I figured it out. Who said that, Brown Babe?
I figured it out. She sounds...
Welcome, Brown Babe.
My daughter, she sounds like my daughter, just a perpetual kid, you know what I mean? Even though my daughter's 29, but she has the spirit of a child, you know what I mean? And like she connects to music differently than I connect to music. You're just reminding me of how she is and how I've had to not squash that spirit, like let her be her, that's her. But the good thing about the way she is if we go to a wedding, she don't care who's looking at her. She's on the dance floor like she's alone, and she's having the grandest time.
Because
then she gets spirited. She get people just like her grandmas coming to find her.
Come on now. Come on now. Y'all know the vibe will pull the tribe. Y'all know. Come on.
When you said all that, I was like, man, she sounds like Trisha.
Greetings, Cara. Thank you for coming up. Brown Babe, thank you so much for coming up. And also let us know your sign and let us know.
I'm a Pisces, so I was getting what Sonia was saying, where she doesn't share. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't feel safe giving, too personal information about herself, because that's me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
People could literally.
Is that Farmer Jay? Hey, Farmer Jay.
Jay, don't let me snap on you, bro. People will literally try to trauma dump, and it affects your mood. It affects your spirit. And I had to have a boundary. Like I can only take so much, because sometimes people are unloading on you, and you could never do the same to them. You know what I mean? And I would never do the same to them. You know what I mean? I'm like Sonia. I take care of it on myself. I'm literally just starting therapy this year.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you, but I just didn't feel safe giving, super sensitive information. And then once I started talking to therapists, she was like, I've never heard anybody reveal, that kind of information. And I'm like, yeah, you about to get my money's worth. So what was that?
You, Brown Babe, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Are you in therapy because you feel a lack of the ability to trust?
No. Okay.
No, I'm literally in it for grief. You know what I mean? I think the decision to do it, well, I felt like my grief and dealing with my grief. I lost two aunts and two siblings. Hey,
Mama J ain't going to bed. I'm sorry,
Mama J be up all night.
He ain't going to no bed. Why you in the comments telling stories?
Because he's trying to say that we're putting him to bed. He's trying to say we're having a retirement conversation.
They're retired to bed, boo.
Good night. Look, just like Mr. Hicks, because it's perimenopause up on the stage and all of that.
Brown babe.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I make a grieving tea.
Mm-hmm.
Grieving tea. And the prayers with the tea. The prayers will come to support your heart. Everybody's mic.
Okay, there we go. Go ahead.
Oh, she dropped off.
Okay, so when I was grieving, that's when I made the grieving tea, because I was like, oh, this is what I need to support my body while I'm grieving. And so all the herbs are there to help support your body and your heart while you're grieving. Just to sit with that each day. Because I think the hardest part about grieving is to just sit with the emotions, but I put all these prayers in there, and to me that's what makes the medicine is the prayers, to help whoever's using it in the way that they need it the most. But I just felt like I needed to tell you that. But I had wanted to say earlier that as an icebreaker, when I used to do healing circles on the beach, and there would be so many women of different ages. But what I would do is, have y'all ever held someone's hand crossed and then you start spinning with them, and then you spin so hard that you fall on the floor?
I love it. Ring a Rosie. I used to love that.
Around?
Yes.
Ring around the Rosie.
Physically spinning like in a circle?
Yeah, physically spinning in a circle. You hold each other's hands and you start spinning. Like you're pulling each other.
I've never even seen it.
You've never done that as a child?
No, well, probably as a kid, yeah.
But wait, we're not doing it as adults? We're not doing it as adults? I love frolicking.
That's the icebreaker I use for everybody.
She said she loves frolicking.
Yes, I do. I really love frolicking. So I'm like, we not doing that? Should I not bring that up in the space?
No, I'm not saying we not doing it. Do it. I'm just like, I have never seen adults frolic. Well, you've seen the grown men frolic through the grass or on TikTok, but I seriously here in New York, I ain't never seen nobody frolic. You don't go skipping in New York? I'm sorry. You don't go skipping down the street?
Wait, who calls it frolicking though?
Wait, I do. Wait, what is this? Wait, what?
Hold on.
Listen, it was a trend maybe like a year or two ago on TikTok where men were just like, I'm frolicking. So I'm like, you never heard the word?
Well, when I saw them, I thought they were just joining, but I was not aware that people don't naturally frolic. So, wow. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to learn today.
That won't go over good in Brooklyn. If I start skipping and running, people are going to start speed walking and running.
First of all, we frolic in Prospect Park. Excuse me. We frolic right there in Prospect Park, right off of Grand Army Plaza. We be frolicking, okay? We frolic.
Don't even try and act like if a dude comes skipping up the sidewalk, okay, everybody not gonna be looking at him like, oh, he didn't have the ooh-wee. What's wrong?
Get out of his way, frolic.
Wait, it just don't.
Right, 3D. I
can't remember the last time. I don't even know if I can skip. I'm about to stumble over my feet. Like cartwheels, skip, you know. It's a used to, but
listen, this year I think I'm gonna have to make up something for us to frolic and videotape it, because frolicking is not only good for the your mental freedom, but it's also excellent to release your natural drugs. And I'm always telling you guys about our natural drugs. We need that dopamine and we need that serotonin. We need them to be released. And the only reason I started frolicking is because I found out that that's a great way to release your serotonin and your dopamine. It gets you so lit. Yes, frolicking is like
follow button so that I can see your video of frolicking. I don't want to miss it. So we're gonna follow. I don't want to miss it. You gotta make sure you do it when she do it. So you have to do the same thing. So you in New York because she said Prospect Park. I can film it for you, boo. I got the camera work for you.
we all gonna be frolicking. All us New Yorkers, we're gonna frolic this spring. I'm telling y'all, as soon as spring hits, we will be frolicking. I don't care.
So now this is limited to New Yorkers?
No,
excuse me?
No, this is why we putting it on camera. This is why we filming this. And I see 3D said he down. 3D said he in it, and Universe too. We frolicking.
Universe could skip and run with the grandson.
But I think we should call it something else, though.
Why are you disturbed? Why are you disturbed by frolicking? A different name. Eternal. Eternal.
Okay, you call it frolicking.
Do yourself a favor, Eternal. Put the word frolic in TikTok as a search. # frolicking. And you'll see big grown men doing it, and like you'll see it. And it's I gotta do that. It was literally a trend.
Yes. Okay, I've seen it. Now that you say it, I've seen it. Yeah.
Right. And they're screaming, "I'm frolicking!"
I'm telling y'all, this is gonna happen the end of March. It's not a game. We are gonna frolic before the groundhogs come out. We're going to be frolicking.
Been out. The early spring.
Oh, they came out of okay.
Yeah.
So where are we meeting here?
She said, "Brother."
Because I think all y'all are on the East Coast. I think I'm the only one.
I didn't know that. Well, I'm gonna go right on out to the acres in the back of my house and just run right there.
There you go.
Frolic through the flowers like color purple.
That's right.
Wait, are you in Georgia?
Yes, I am.
Okay, 3D's in Georgia too, I think.
Look at that. You got a 3D. Let's do this thing. Let's go ahead and do this thing. Through the acres.
Wait, Sonia, are you in New York?
She's in Long Island.
She's in LI. Oh, that's good. That's good. Good.
Yes, I got a lot of parks to frolicking.
So listen, this is gonna be a tripod setup. Everybody get your tripod. We going live in the park. Set them up nice and high, people. I'm sending out these dates. This is not a game. This is happening. It's a mission. It's going down. Okay.
Okay. Make sure that you put the body cam effect on.
Oh yeah.
When you do it.
Yes.
The body cam. Yeah. The body zoom.
Okay, people.
Okay, but I'm in person. We should do it in person.
We gonna get there.
And then we should go skate afterwards.
Oh man, she talking about all the joys of life. I love roller skating. Anybody else in here got roller skates that roller skate?
The best place to roller skate is in Georgia. Then I can mark this off my bucket list.
I haven't done it in years. Yeah, my skates ain't rolling. I haven't done it, but I would love to.
Lady Empress,
one time I brought roller blades, fell down and never got back up.
No, we're gonna get those little kitty things. You gotta get those little kitty things that you hold on to.
Oh Lord, like training wheels. They got training wheels for skates now.
No, they got those things. This big old thing. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but you hold on to it and you skate with it so you don't fall.
It looks like a walker. It looks like a walker for an elderly person.
Girl, no. Don't say.
Oh no.
You're at the skate.
That will not be us.
No. Nima, what you trying to make me look like now?
It ain't no different than holding that big animal. Come on, we're about to be kids again.
Now, what are the animals about?
Oh, the stuffies. The stuffies are here today. They're part of our remembering.
Remember.
Yes. So
remember your heart.
And remember who you are and whose you are. That's what the stuffed animals, because it takes a lot of childlike imagination to remember the desires of your heart. Otherwise, we lend all of our investment of time into remembering what everybody else wants from us, what we have to give of ourselves all the time.
That's it.
So the stuffed animals are here to remind us to remember ourselves and to remember that we are here to manifest a great world for ourselves. That's why we're here. That's what we came for. Is to manifest an exceptional world for ourselves. So we brought the stuffies on in case anybody else has their stuffed animal to remember their childlike nature, because I believe that it is in your imagination, in your dream zone, in your childlikeness that you manifest the best for yourself. Anyone else
That's
agrees?
Your heartbeat. I do. I agree. That's your heartbeat. That's the beat of your heart. When you remember, your desire beats through your heart. It takes over. Like it starts with what we were talking about, your clarity, your authenticity. It gets over into practicing and consistency. We talked about all of that earlier. And you begin to create new habits. You begin to remember who and what's important. As Kim Sue said, whose you are, who you belong to, what your desire is, not what other people want you to do, but what your desire is.
I'm not getting the whose you are.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's even. I'm glad. So
it's almost a little disturbing. Like, what is you got me?
Oh, that's.
I want to be honest.
That's.
Like,
it's okay.
It's coming across to me as if, the value is who wants you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not understanding. That's why I'm saying that.
So let's bring some clarity to the table, because that's why we're here today, for clarity and authenticity, right?
Of our two cards today, clarity and authenticity.
So whose you are is you belong to the divine source that's within you. You belong to the God that's been caring for you, protecting you, guiding you, and uplifting you, healing you, providing everything that you would need here for your earthly experience. That's who you belong to. And when you remember whose you are, you belong to your creating source, your creator. You are part of the creation. So when we say whose you are, you belong to your God. You belong to your higher self. You already have a place where you're a member. You're a member of the community of, hey, I'm a creation too. Nema is a creation. Sonia is a creation. Lady Empress is a creation. You're a member here. But whose you are, you belong to your God source, or whoever you deem as your highest self. Is that clear?
It's absolutely clear. It's absolutely clear. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Oh, for sure. We here for that, baby, this whole week.
I mean, it was kind of like stopped me in my tracks every time he said it. But that makes perfect sense, honestly. Perfect sense.
Yeah. Your
I have a thing
divinity.
that I always
Your very
say,
own divinity.
I have a thing I always say, like, God's got me. You know what I mean? Because I tend to worry. You know, so people will say the Bible has 365 references for every day of the year to not worry, but I still worry. You know what I mean? But I do have the knowledge that I land on my feet. I survive. You know, it's never, it could be 10 times worse, and it's not. You know, so God's got me.
Every single time. Every single time your God got you.
That takes us right back around, Kim Sue, to what we were talking about earlier with the attachments. Anytime when you start to feel that disturbing feeling, you know, and you feel like, okay, my flow has stopped. Like, you know, you be in that flow and you're feeling beautiful. Those ebbs are still around you. But when there's an attachment to the ebb, a particular ebb, now your flow has stopped. And you're like, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, this involved the kids. Hold on, this involved mama. Hold on, this involved my brother. Hold on, my sister in trouble. All of these attachments come into play, and then we want to go and fix it, you know, for some. Let me fix this so I can get back to what I'm doing. Well, who said you had to stop? It's not your ebb. Someone you're attached to is attached to that situation, but that situation may not belong to you.
That's
but
right.
Then many of us carry stuff like, oh, okay, well, I can't not be there because that's my sister, you know, or that's my, you know, so and so. I have to be there. Well, what happens if you're not?
Right.
Will they not figure it out? Will it not pass for them just as it has for you? You just said it. I just heard you say
being there because of the lack of gratitude.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
You know, I've had instances where you held down a full family that ain't in your household, and while you're doing it, they're grateful. But soon as you try to like reunite them and get them on their feet or whatever, they act like you're begging for gratitude. Not to say continuously thank me, but don't disturb me. Don't, you know, I can't explain it. It's just that, you know, why would you treat someone that did all of that for you like that? So now I don't have that fix it, you know, energy anymore. You got to work that out. That's unfortunate for you. You know, that's my thing. Because I used to be a cut them off. I'm not going to cut you off. I can listen. But now I listen without feeling like I got to fix it.
There you go.
And that's the compassion.
There you go.
That's compassion for self.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Many people struggle with that. They can't listen without wanting to fix it.
Right. Because they think that when somebody's talking to you, you think that they're talking to you for advice or, you know, or help. And sometimes you can't fix it. Because you'll get those people that like to be like their drama and like to be the center of their drama, that live in their trauma, and you can't pull them out of that. You can't fix it. You know what I mean? So, you know,
I think that fixing it is a stage that most women live in for a long time. And let me explain why I say that, because, you know, think about women who both whether you're single, in a relationship, or married, how many times have the thought came across, you know, oh, I want to be in this, but he got this going on, or, oh, this is happening. Oh, well, you know, he got potential, though. I could probably fix that, or I can help him. Not in that manner for me.
Not in that manner for me neither. I don't want to fix nobody.
Exactly. But can you remember a time that you negotiated with yourself in thinking, I want to be in this relationship so bad that, I can compromise.
Mm-hmm.
I got to the point where the people who deserved that didn't get it. And then the person who got it didn't deserve it.
Ooh, that's good. Say more about that.
So I would say, like I had a 10-year relationship with someone, and it was like, I let shit go that, sorry for cursing, I let things go that you did that I would never, ever have let go for someone else that I actually love. Like, I did not love that dude, but I was just letting it slide. I don't care, like making excuses. And I was like, yeah, he did not deserve that.
I always say that sometimes we're just practicing ourselves. We are blessed with these companions where we have to practice being our authentic self. So I've part of having compassion for us is to say the things when you're supposed to say the things and not stuff it somewhere in the gut or under the arm or in the chest, not stuff it somewhere. And we have to learn to just practice saying the things. And I feel like the divine source gives us these beautiful humans to practice ourselves, to practice our authentic being. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, we do pick up each other as a baggage. We do pick up each other and assume we should help each other. And one of the things I've been saying for a while this year, this is my mantra, I know it. We cannot love the creation of God more than God. We just cannot.
I knew you was going to go there.
Because we just can't, man. We can't. We cannot do it.
It's not possible.
No.
It's not possible.
No, we cannot ever assume that we're going to do more for them than the creator that created them. It's impossible.
Yes.
I even see it with my nephews, and they're younger, and I'm like, I know God got you, so I have to release you to the source that's in you. I have to release you to the source that's in you. Because like I was saying at the top of the conversation to Lady Empress, this assumption we walk around with, like, if Source got me, but Source ain't got you, Source got me, but Source don't got my husband, Source got me, but Source don't got my kids. That's some ludicrous, egotistical madness that we go through.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. How is it you're divinely protected? You're divinely provided for. But you saying that's not for me too? How is that?
But I recognize it in people. Like I see people that I'm like, wow, yeah. I might not say source. I always say, yeah, your bounce back is impeccable. You know what I mean? Like I have a friend I was like, yo, you land on your feet is incredible.
And that's that divine protection. Go ahead, Nema.
That's been.
I have a few things to say. So when you said it's like important to voice it right there, like when you're feeling it. And I had a big lesson with that because with my husband, I got so sick from not being able to voice myself because he wouldn't listen. Because he was like, just come home. And then he like literally hang up on me because he was so upset that I wasn't home. Meaning from America, literally to the island.
Right.
And so all of that got so stuck in my throat chakra that it made my thyroid, because thyroid is connected to your throat chakra.
Yes.
Somebody's in the background is really loud. So yeah, since the throat chakra is connected to voicing yourself, so you're either like not able to voice yourself or you're voicing yourself with anger. And so I think it was a little bit of both, but more so not being able to voice myself to him at all. And so when I got home from the hospital, from them telling me, it's hyperthyroidism or whatever, I basically pretended like he was there. And I just started like yelling and screaming and also saying sorry for the things that I did. Or at least what I thought I did. And instantly I got better. Like all that hardness in my throat, And everything just like instantly went away. So my lesson in that was, we're not always able to say it to people, just kind of like forgiveness. Sometimes we can do it in the spirit realms. You know, like every now and then when I think that I've come to a completion of settling things with people, they'll come to my spirit and I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't even remember that person existed. And then I will find some reconciliation through spirit, and I will like send them in the spirit realms, like say it in my spirit, like I apologize or whatever. Because Brown Babe, I've been on both spectrums where I've been helped and then I've helped a lot, right? To where I've noticed that when people are my family expected me to be extremely grateful for certain things, but because I went through so much trauma, I couldn't see from their perspective at the time because I was going through far too much. And so it goes back to us not taking things super personal and always remembering like it's everyone's own internal, you know, struggles and the things that they're personally dealing with. And that's what keeps me balanced and why I don't take stuff personal, because it's like, there's so many different layers to all of this, right? And it's kind of like, if we're willing to do this together to unlayer all of these things, which there's so many, right? We could continually talk endless about all these intricate parts about how do we start our day with tending to our inner child first so that we can have balance throughout the day, because adults were so serious all the time.
But this is why we're here. This is exactly why we're here. Yeah. We want to talk about it.
Yes, we want to talk about it. That's the best part.
Yeah.
I have a quick story. Yesterday, I had a Lyft driver was supposed to pick me up. You know, I got like 4 texts before I could make it out the door. And then when I got out the door, you know, forgetting things at home, I get out the door. There's like 2 parking spaces in front of my house, and there's no car there. But I know that they're out there. And then I go down the street, and the person is up the street, and I'm waving them like, you know, like, what are you doing there? Like, and then when I get in the car, I'm angry.
Wow.
What the hell are you doing? Or, you know, why aren't you in front of the house? Rah. You know, I get in the car lit, and he get lit. And I'm like, it don't make any sense, you know, just yelling at the man. So he turns the corner, and he's driving the car, and I open the window, and the air's in my face, and I'm deciding, like, you know, where I'm going and what I'm doing. I'm already anxious about that. So that anxiety don't belong to him. He's wrong, but it don't belong to him.
Yeah.
I'm at that point. And then so I turned to him, I said, can we start over? You know, because the Lyft driver is supposed to make sure he got the right person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I said the name, and he says his name, and, you know, he apologizes, and I apologize. And then he says, this is the address that they gave me. You know, and I'm like, I'm like, the way he kept trying to show me, I knew that he had a different address. So now I'm wrong. You know what I mean? And so I start talking to him, and he's unloading his trauma with his tenants and his drama. But we were so like hostile for the first like minute and a half that I just was like, I don't need that in my day. I need to, you know, like, it's not important for me to be right in this situation. It's important for me to get there safe, because he could have been like, you know, get out of my vehicle. And so I'm glad I calmed down. I'm glad I calmed him down. And he, like, even when I got to my destination, I'm standing outside the car so he can finish his, you know, saying what he was saying. But it was real hostile to begin with.
This is why I start off my days in this affirmation party every Monday through Friday. I can't stop talking about Teeb from Chris and Teeb to start with the affirmations. What I love about this is because you get to dance through the affirmations. You get to sing through the affirmations. The music is real catchy. So, you know, it brings you into a bop for the day. Even if you're in there, it's only from 9 to 12, but even if you get in and you can listen in, because sometimes I'm telling y'all, we haven't been practicing remembering ourselves. I know it because we had to talk about it today. This is how I know we are not in the practice of remembering ourselves. I know it. I can see it in our daily lives. I can see that if we are not getting up with ourselves as the first thought. Okay, let me give you an example. There was a time in my life I would get up and I would start thinking about my clients, what I have to prepare for my clients, what I have to do for and the list was so much about them. My entire 24 hours was consumed with my clients to the point where I would forget to feed myself.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That was never going to work. It wasn't going to sustain me is what I mean. Of course it was working, but it wasn't sustainable. It was not. You
were suffering. Dream about it, and it, like you wake up with the worry again.
Yes, in a cycle. Suffering. Yes, and it took for my 2 feet to swell up like bread, like if I put bread in the oven, for me to pay attention inside of myself now with a nowness and immediate pay attention, Kim Sue, and that's how I know my fellow members forget themselves, because I had forgotten myself. I had forgotten the value of me, and I had put all of this investment on output, and I did not put enough value on input for myself. Greetings, Faith. Thank you for coming through, right? And this is why we are here talking about the more authentic we are in saying our piece, and not only being mean in your tonality to say your piece, but in sharing your position. Sharing your position brings great clarity to you and great clarity to whoever, you are sharing with. So it's important that we really get into these authentic ways of being, so we can remember ourselves. That's why I love this conversation right here and how authentic everybody is being about it, because when we get off, which we're not staying more than another half an hour tonight, but I want us to just remember for real ourselves as we remember each other. Just remember yourself as well from this conversation.
Can I interject?
Yeah.
There? With the Uber driver, and I mean all of this, I know you see, Kim Sue, that like this is like just full circle from, like you said, we're supposed to be here in remembering. We're supposed to be here in clarity. We're supposed to be here in authenticity. And it's all showing up. Because when I hear her tell the story about the Uber driver, I could not help but to go right back to our conversation Tuesday with triggers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What lives in our subconscious, others show up as that trigger, and it's not for us to react, which many people tend to do, particularly in relationships. And relationship, however that relationship may be. Y'all had a relationship where you come to pick me up, you the Uber driver, this is the relationship right now. All right. But whatever we're carrying in our subconscious in this year, the year of the 8, infinity, things are turning around no sooner than you think it. You think it, you say it, you do it, it's yours. That's how quick it is showing up. Yeah. So when things are living in our subconscious, this is why it's so important for us to remember ourselves. Yeah, right. And in remembering myself, I opened the window, the air hit me, and I remember, and it's like, I know what is causing the anxiety. Yeah. And it ain't him. You know what I mean? It ain't him. So I was like, this ain't his. You know what I mean? That warmed my heart to hear you say that. I'm like, and his pitch let me know he got stuff he working on. You know what I mean? So I was like, we would have sat there. It was another time we would have sat there in silence until I got out slammed the door behind me.
I'll be right back.
Reacting out with me, and I just didn't want it. You know what I mean? So I was like, "Can we start over?" Mm-hmm. And he was very quick to yes, You know, it was a very good conversation. Like I said, I was standing outside the car listening to him unload. Yeah. And look, both of y'all standing there in the midst of y'all own remembering. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, I got shit too. Like, right. Well, I got shit too. Exactly. You know, and it's like, okay, so we both got shit. Okay. Mm-hmm. What are we going to do about that? And see, that's when you get to the understanding. And that's what happened for y'all. Mm-hmm. So everybody got something. Mm-hmm. And in relationships, when people are, you know, like this at each other, constantly reacting, at what point are you going to come to the understanding? You have to stop reacting and say, okay, you're triggering something. And know that when that happens, that person, they're triggering something from your childhood. It ain't got nothing to do with them. Right. It ain't got nothing to do with them. They're triggering something from your childhood. So the thing to do is to be able to say, thank you. Now, what we about to do with this? You said this, and I said this. Let's sit down and let's come to an understanding. Because we got to figure this thing out. Like, we don't want to walk away. You and the Uber driver didn't want to part from each other with bad energy on both sides. Now both of you are going to take that energy on to the next person because energy just doesn't dissipate, right? It moves. Mm-hmm. It transfers. So it's not like it was just going to up and poof, okay, it's gone. Like it still was going to be there and it would cause something else for someone else. So it's good that both of you had that ability to come to that understanding, which was just a place of remembrance.
But we also have to remember that you can poof, be gone it, and make it transmute.
Oh yeah.
If you know how.
Oh yes, definitely.
It can transfer, but it just don't go away, is what I'm saying.
No, you can transmute it. So like,
it's energy. You can use it.
Yeah, so if somebody sends me bad energy, I can transmute it into something else, or I could instantly give it to the universe or ask my ancestors to take it, or God, or whoever. But that's harder to explain in English. But I know how to transmute energy very easy. It's just about making the choice to do it.
Yeah, it is. But that's all it is. It's not that.
There's a point when people think not everybody's being triggered. So for me, it's about, you know, I think we are all learning in different areas. We all have wisdom in areas. You have wisdom in areas that I don't, and vice versa. Same with all of us. There's something that somebody has here that's one of us don't, right? Like we're all bringing different. We all have different gifts and different paths and everything, right? But we're able to come together in the same alignment of, you know, the frequency of the conversation. But for me, you know, for so long, like I've known who I was since I was little, but when the world is projecting onto you, you get so tired of it that it's not even like a trigger. It's like when Jesus flipped over the tables and he's like, what are you doing to my Father's house? It wasn't a trigger for him. It was an injustice problem. So it could, I mean, a lot of times it is triggers for people because, you know, the majority of people who are still on the planet, it's because they're here because they still have work to do. I don't know if all that makes sense, but yeah.
Injustice, when you say an injustice problem, does injustice get triggered? Uh-huh. So when you say it's not a trigger, it's still a trigger. It still was a trigger when he flipped the tables over. And then we have to understand too, he was in his humanness, just as he was in his humanness on the cross. You know, Yahweh, Yahweh, why have thou forsaken me? He was in his humanness, which lets us know that we are the same as Moses, as Daniel. Like none of them are superior in that, you know, way. Like we all were made from the same divinity.
Yeah,
we all have those same qualities.
We all have the same belief system, because I think sometimes, you know, people will make you feel like it's wrong to be angry, but like in order to be angry, it triggers something in you to like want to do better or motivate yourself or make a decision that you otherwise wouldn't have made. And so I think a lot of times we forget to tell people it's okay to feel how you feel. Like as long as you're not going out taking it on somebody else or hurting somebody, it's okay to feel sad, upset. It's okay to be triggered, but like, are you able to recognize that? Are you able to stop and pause and be like, okay, what's going on with me? What is it that's lingering, you know, that needs to be felt and dealt with, you know?
I feel like Brown Babe had done that. I felt like she had checked inside herself. I feel like Brown Babe did exactly that. She used the energy to check in on herself, to see that, hey, this is over here with me. It ain't got nothing to do with him. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And then she transmuted the energy into such a beautiful outcome. But also, too, I wanted to just point out something that's very interesting about your energy showing up before you. This is so good. This is so good. Because Brown Babe, can I tell you how you met with the adversary in the cab driver because you had already came with that? You already had that going on. Like, why is he there? How's it, right? So it's funny how he mirrored your energy, right? Immediately. Yo, I love us. This is the member of us, man.
It might not, I don't want to say it's a New York thing, but when you're talking about injustice, as a New York, growing up in New York, you always feel like don't let nobody get over.
Yes.
So you're already on defense.
Yes.
I that's the gene at this point. The defensiveness to, you know, protect you. They're trying to get over you. They're trying to take from you. They're trying to, you know, play games with you.
Yes.
So I'm like, I got literally in total for this cab ride, I got 6 messages. I didn't get to put no lipstick on. I didn't get to do what I had to do. So I'm running out the door to see no car, and I'm like, you know what I mean? So by the time I get to the car, it's like I've just expelled all this energy running and locking doors and whatever, and then and when you don't see a car, you think you got left.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So by the time I get to his car, he's on his phone, head down, so he didn't see me behind him waving.
That's right.
So he started to lift the phone to try to show me what address was in the phone. I'm like, I can tell he's telling the truth. I ain't got to read it. I know you're telling the truth. Look, them Uber drivers, they transmuted the call. It's like, oh, I done picked up somebody else now. You know, like, I see New York the same as Detroit. Like, it's survival mode.
Oh, yes.
It's survival mode.
It's big city living.
Yes. Yes. And I truly didn't understand the full difference. And I mean, I've moved a couple of times. I've lived in North Carolina. I've lived in a couple of different places. And being away from the city, like when you were saying, Kim Sue, earlier, how come I can't have the same, you know, happy go free, you know, when I'm away from Detroit, when I'm back? It's a totally different environment. It's an environment of survival where you're like, okay, let me remember where I done came back home to. You know, it's kind of like ain't no not locking the doors. Right.
That's right.
When we moved to the country, it was like lock the door. Did you lock the? Nobody even thought about saying, did you lock the door? Nobody thought about saying that. Our family would come and visit from Detroit, and they're like, y'all didn't lock the door? Like, and we like, oh, we forgot. Like, it took us aback. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're like, oh my gosh, we went in here going to sleep and didn't lock the door. But we grew up in survival mode. Right. I moved to Texas, and one time I was alone, and I would wake up and double check the locks. You know what I mean? Yeah. I would wake up and double check. I wouldn't let anybody in the apartment. I would wake up and if I had to let maintenance would just, I'm seeing ants. You call down to maintenance, they see ants, and they go, we're going to come tomorrow. Oh, I got to go to work tomorrow. Oh, we'll let ourselves in.
Yep.
In?
Yep.
No, you ain't doing that. In? I'm hiding my checkbook in my my shoes. I'm like, what is going on? They get to just roam around my place. That was like over my head.
Greetings, Ian. Thank you for coming through. Thank you.
I had a question about what the way you guys, when Sonia was saying the water is her, basically her safe space, is where she goes to remember herself. It seemed like the two of you were kind of like wondering why she was attached to that space. And I was wondering, I was trying to pick up what you were, getting at. I was just talking about how the attachments were like, a lot of times it's real simple. Okay. Just like what we were just saying, how you said moving to Texas, how I said moving, to Georgia, like that attachment to locking the door had left, and I didn't even remember it until I was triggered to remember it.
Right.
I thought you were trying to tell her something about not having the availability of the water. Yes, the attachment to a thing, to be able to release an energy, like how you was able to release that energy without being attached to the fact that, I got an anxiety about this about that. Did he pull up down the street? I got to walk down. Did I remember to turn the coffee pot off? You were able to pull yourself out of that in the midst of the situation while the situation was happening. So when we kind of attach ourselves, like some people may attach themselves to, I meditate to be able to, I do this every morning. Well, what about when you have mischief throughout the day? How are you going to adapt then? I used to do. Are you able to adapt prayers? Like, it's funny to me that you guys kept talking about clarity. I used to literally, pray for clarity at work, on the train. I used to. That was like at one point everything was a C. I can't remember the other word, but it's praying for clarity. I prayed about my pain, prayed about being clear, prayed that about being safe. But clarity was on the list. So when I saw you pick up the card, I was like, wow.
Sonia said that she's a full-time caregiver, so she's in the mode of giving. So she has to, that's how she clears herself, which is great.
There's an attachment there.
Yes.
There's an attachment.
Which is great. It's great because we gotta, but also we have to work our internal work the way we work it. We have to work our internal work, because like Nema was saying, being in different inner standings, right? So the different way levels. Yes. And that's why Brown Babe was asking for clarity, because there's a different inner standing where she is as well, right? We all have a different inner standing going on, right? And that's why for me, I'm also a water baby. So I'm in the city now. I live in Harlem. So for me, I have to go very far to get to water. So what I made, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. My people on YouTube is in. Thank you so much. I didn't
even open my YouTube.
So I have my YouTube up, I want to share here. But I have to go very far for water. So what I said to myself, to release all of my attachments, because I live an attach-free life. I have no attachments to flesh, to place, or to time. I live very, very free. Okay. And so I made my shower, my Zen zone. I also have learned how to speak into my waters, how to speak into my liquids. And I also cleanse that way, and I clear myself that way. Because when you have no attachment, every single piece of you is your tool. Every single piece of you is, thank you so much for coming through. I love y'all on YouTube. Thank you. Right? everything provided here for us is our tool for using. And if you have access to the beach, if you have access to a spring, utilize your tool. But also know that if you're in a car and you're moving and you got a bottle of water and you need to clear yourself, you speak into your water, drink that water down. You have just done the same transmutation. Yes, Sonia, I love the showers. Go ahead.
You know, when you say about the drinking of the water, every time we go live, y'all know I have my water jug.
Yeah.
And every time I drink with the frequency of the year. So year number 8, I take 8 swallows. Every time I pick this up, every time it's 8 swallows. So what she's saying, every tool of you, becomes of use, because you literally, you're speaking life into that. You're becoming that expression, and every part of you is a part of it. And it's hard to do that when there are attachments.
Yes.
It's difficult.
Yes.
I used to go when I got to a beach in a foreign country. Thank you. Get into it. When I go to
my daughter, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Get into it. She the bomb. Your daughter's the bomb.
I would bring the beach back to me in like a water bottle, or like the beach in Panama, bring some sand back, bring some shells back, put it in a tiny vase, put it on a windowsill. Go Bahamas, bring some pink sand back in a water bottle, some shells, put it, in a tiny vase. I can't even find them tiny vases anymore. So that's kind of what stopped me from doing it. But yeah.
Okay, so we've gotten to almost our wind down, and I would love for each person to leave a takeaway, so I can use a clip of us giving a takeaway from tonight and post it and tag all of us. So if we would take turns, Sonia, if you would start us off, and then Nema, you're next, and then Brown Babe, and then Lady Empress, and then myself. Just give us your takeaway on remembering yourself, on clarity and authenticity. Sonia? Sonia, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you start us off with what is your takeaway from this conversation tonight?
I mean, definitely making more time for yourself. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I'm sorry. I'm a little lost in words right now, but definitely just making time for yourself. It's number one. It's just number one. That's definitely it. Like, I definitely make myself number one.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, I have to.
Thank you. And you're complete? You're complete, Sonia?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm taking care of my son right now. So.
All right. Thank you so much for making time to share with us. Nema, you're up next. Can you tell us? Go ahead.
I appreciate you guys.
Gratitude, sis. Gratitude.
Definitely.
Nema, you're up next.
Sonia said in the comments, I feel like Moana. I feel you, Sonia. Me and you could be best friends. I see the water as God. So I don't, from my perspective, from my inner knowingness, I feel like I am one with the water. Like, the way I understand God is that it's everything and everyone. And like in our culture, we say creator, so like we believe that everything is conscious, and if you create a relationship with it, but I'm starting to think I'm selfish, because I'm addicted to self-care and putting myself first, because for most of my life I didn't, so I think I really flipped and went a little overboard. To where my kids, that's probably why they feel like I'm a sibling and not a parent, because I'm just maybe over playful. So, I gotta really buckle down and be my own parent sometimes. Like, you got work to do, girl. So that was just a good reminder for me today to make sure I'm not being a kid 24/7. I mean, of course I can't because my work is so serious. But I think I'm very scared to be addicted to anything. And so, but when I get in that water, I mean, they say we're 70%, but it's far more than that. There's people that believe that everything is water and that we're basically just this meat suit and it's all just water. Like, but I can't explain that in English. But there's so many different belief systems out there, and being in this space makes me, when I entered this space, I felt nothing but love. And I think that is what matters the most of why I like being in this space. And I was reminded of that when I entered this space tonight. Because there was a little tension last time, and we did make sure that we said our parts prior to getting off, with our virtual hugs and stuff. And I was wondering, I was like, I was waiting for y'all to get on yesterday, but I was like, oh, okay. Then I felt like there was like some space or whatever. Like I felt like y'all talked about that or whatever. And then my phone was about to die before I got on. But then I was like, oh, there's one right there. So I was like, to me, that was like, okay, I'm good to get on because my charger's right there. I thought I had to go look for it in the car. But yeah, to me, that's the biggest thing is coming into a space where I feel love. And not just where I feel loved, but where I feel the love.
Oh, that's good.
Like I feel the love from y'all. You don't necessarily have to love on me, but I just feel the presence of love, but I felt both. Yeah, it's just nice to hear different perspectives. I'm someone that can understand all perspectives, which I think is kind of rare in the world of why, I'm so secluded or stay to myself is because not everybody can understand my perspective. But I've never made that keep me from continuing to meet people or engage with the world. Excuse me. But yeah, just I'm walking away with being more mindful of my balance with maybe I don't know. I have a lot of insight on being playful, so if y'all need that, but it was nice to just share how I do icebreakers and spinning with everybody because it works every time. It has never not worked to just can I hold your hand? I don't even tell them what I'm about to do. I'm just like, hey, can I hold your hand? And then we start spinning. They're like, whoa, whoa. But by the time we're done, like everybody's laughing. They don't even remember what they were upset about.
Necessary.
So yeah, that's all that's coming up for me is, I feel loved in this space and I love being able to hear everybody's different perspective.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you very, very much, Nema. Gratitude. Go ahead, Brown Babe. What is your takeaway from tonight?
My takeaway, starts with feeling like I was heard today. You know what I mean? A lot of times you're not. I guess your questions also let me understand that you were listening because you kept coming back to it. To continue to pray for clarity, as well as when you guys said know whose you are.
Ooh, that's good.
Right. That's a definite takeaway. Know who you are because it was like you guys pounced on that. Like, oh, you don't know? Well, let me tell you. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate learning that, honestly. And maybe to just let go and frolic, and not give off the energy to not ruin somebody else's day because your energy is off. You know what I mean? Like recognize it. I could have recognized it before I got in the car. It is not important. It's a small battle. I could have let that go before I got in the car, but I was in such a rush that I was, I was on 10. So I'm glad that I brought it down. I'm glad that we both ended up, happy in a better place. But I don't want to do that again. I just hit voice cracking made me realize I don't want to spend the rest of this ride feeling the way I feel. So I appreciate you, ladies. I like learning with you.
Gratitude. Thank you, Brown Babe, for coming through and vibing with us. Thank you. Go ahead, my sister, Lady Empress. What's your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts is full of gratitude. It's full of gratitude. We set our intentions today for those who needed to hear. And in that, even y'all help us remember. Y'all help us remember. We all need each other. And as long as we continue to know and understand that no one is bigger, it may look bigger, but we all do the same thing. We have the capabilities of doing the same thing. It's just gonna look different. Like gift wrap on a gift. God gave us all gifts, but we're all wrapped differently. We all got nice little bows. All of y'all have nice little bows. I see them, and I'm glad you all were able to see mine. Thank you all. I appreciate all of you.
Gratitude.
I also want to thank Sonia for inviting me.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Sonia.
Thank you. We have one more. Go ahead.
Sonia found us, right? Because we didn't even let
They had me crying the first day, Brown Babe.
Oh, yeah. And Nima, I do want to address that before, getting off. We didn't go yesterday, and you hit the nail right on the head. We recognized some energies that we had to bring down. We had to do some work.
Yes, we did. We had to clean up.
So we did not. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a seer, so I understand all of that, and and it's great that it can all work out.
Yes.
That you can all recognize.
We have one more person that needs Miss Janie came in to give her last thoughts before we get off. It's already 10:33. So, but we can continue. Yeah. So go ahead, Miss Janie. Give us what's your takeaway from today?
My takeaway for today is we have to put ourselves first. Because if we put other in front of us, nothing is going to work. Because I look at we as women, we are life. We are water.
Mm-hmm.
We flow. We continue to flow. And we need not to be stagnant. So I make sure I don't keep myself in stagnant water. I put myself first every day. I mean, when I come to this group, I'm serious. I'm listening to stuff. When I go to another group, I'm fun. I'm laughing and stuff. But this group here, I love this group. Yeah, I'm like, we all were meant to be together. I'm like, oh my God, this here. It's just something about this group. I just love it.
We love you, Miss Janie. We love you. We love you.
I love it. A lot of times I'll say, no, I don't want to come on. I'll just sit back and listen. But, if I have something to say, I'm a request. Oh, let me get I need to say something. But I love y'all. Good night, everybody.
Love you.
We love you too.
Love you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Oh, definitely. Please come again. We're switching pages tomorrow. We'll be on Lady Empress's page tomorrow. And then on Monday, we'll be back on my page. So we're going to alternate pages. I just want to say, ladies, it has been a pleasure to remember with you guys. It has been a total honor for me to come in and to share my authentic self with you guys. And I don't have to put on nothing and just come and bring my authentic self. And also, I want to say I love y'all for the clarity that you give me. I know it takes a lot to give, right? And we are big energies in this world. But every time we come here, I am lit because it's such big energies you guys are transmitting through this phone. And I really appreciate having the time with y'all. And thank you. I'm so grateful. And I do want to say, one of the things that really touched me is that everybody said, I'm going to put myself first.
Yeah.
And that just, I don't even know why that made me emotional, but
that was our intention.
Yeah.
Today.
I just, wow, y'all. All right. I don't want to get into too much because it'll be 11 o'clock by the time we get off. But thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you as well. Bye-bye.
Miss Kimmy said that she feels like we're all supposed to be here together. I got the chills. I just wanted to say that. Because truth vibrates at a certain frequency, and I just really felt that. Like, because I felt the same way.
Mm-hmm. And Nima, were you able to see that energy was before you came?
What do you mean?
On Tuesday, were you able to see that?
Are you implying that I came with that energy? No. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to clarify what you mean.
That energy had came in the room before you came to join us.
Yeah, she just didn't know. She didn't know.
Yeah.
No.
But see, that's back to how I say, like those frequencies, that energy, it'll sit there. It has to do something. It'll sit there. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw what happened. I saw what happened. It wasn't till midday today that I saw the whole thing and what was really going on. Yeah.
We love you, girl. We love all of y'all.
Good night, y'all. Rest well. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you to my YouTube family. Thank y'all. Thank you for all the hearts. Mwah. Good night.
Bye, YouTube.
Did it do it? Oh, looky. Good night, YouTube. Thank you. Good night. Thank you.